Whether it's your first time here or you're a regular here at Mr. Super Oz, I just want to thank you for tuning in to the channel. It exists because I, Oz, from the channel Mr. Super Oz, I wrote a 68-page graphic novel called Everlasting Survivors. Volume 1 is called All Day Long. If you follow the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself hats, shirts, posters, all kinds of fun things. But most importantly, you can get the story itself. And the more people that pick up the story, the greater the chances are that there can be continued adventures with these heroes. If you could, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, enjoy. So let's jump to this that Sunday, 5/19 of 2002. Here, SmackDown crowns the first ever AEW television champion when Mark Henry defeats Edge. Yes, so Mark Henry, the last man drafted, defeats Edge on Sunday. What happens is, after the match, Mark Henry, he cuts an impassioned promo. He says, 29. I was chosen as the 29th man in the first ever draft here for Alpha Entertainment Worldwide. Right. No one thought I was worth a damn, but now you'll see I broke the Japanese buzzsaw. I crushed the originator of the nation. And tonight I taught Edge that he still has a lot to learn. For years I've been called the world's strongest man, but from here on out, you're going to know that I, Mark Henry, am the world breaker. So that's important because so the tournament seemed made for Edge, right? He was cheated out of the
that's why
outsmarted out of the Intercontinental title. And he had to defeat both Hardys in one night, which was only 2 nights before, or 3 nights before this pay-per-view. Yeah. So it was on a Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Yep. And so it was like, oh, Edge is going to go over, right? Babyface, get that title.
Big babyface moment.
Nah, we gonna put over Mark Henry.
Well, that was the vibe I was getting when I was listening to it. So the fact that, I like that, because the fact that you went and said, no, it's Mark Henry's time. He's going to...
Absolutely. Well, and see, so here's the other beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to keep a couple of elements of reality in place, and I knew that to keep things on track, I had to keep Edge in that Intercontinental title division, because there's a thing coming up later in the year with him and Eddie. And I was like, man, I really want to keep that. That was some beautiful stuff. I mean, we can. I just want to keep it.
Okay, let me put it this way. Why would we?
Exactly. So let me go over the rest of the card. So Lance Storm takes on Billy Kidman, Eddie Guerrero, and Test. What?
Oh man, that's fun.
Yeah. So this fatal 4-way is to determine William Regal's next challenger when the clock says that he must defend. Right. Eddie Guerrero goes over in the 4-way. Once again, like I said, a spoiler, it's because I know where I'm going with Eddie and Edge later. Nice. We have Terry Runnels versus Torrie Wilson. It's not a good wrestling match, but, whatever, we do a wrestling match.
I have to get it in there.
Torrie goes over. Matt and Jeff Hardy, who both lost to Edge on SmackDown, take on XL Factor for the Cruiserweight Tag Team titles. And due to interference from Albert and the Big Show, XL Factor retain.
Good stuff.
I forgot that I booked this.
What?
I forgot that I booked this, but I'm so happy. So, there were 2 gentlemen in the draft that I drafted back to back. One of which made perfectly good logical sense. That man is Big Evil.
Okay, I know.
He is he was known as Big Evil, the Red Devil, Dead Man Inc., The Undertaker, right?
Right.
Exactly. So, but here in my universe, post the Hardy Boys losing, post the Hardy Boys getting cheated out of the tag titles,
right?
They are going up the ramp. Excuse me, XL Factor are still in the ring.
Right.
But before the Hardys can pass through the curtain, or the stageway, you hear the Undertaker's music but you also hear the rev of not just one but two motorcycles. And blowing by the Hardy Boys are not just The Undertaker, but also Chuck Palumbo.
Ah.
And so, much like how I have William Regal being the mentor to Lance Storm and Test, I have The Undertaker being the mentor to Chuck Palumbo. Because in reality, in the real world, Chuck Palumbo has his own custom bike shop.
Right.
And for a time, he also had the motorcycle gimmick where he was linked up with Michelle McCool, The Undertaker's future and current wife.
Yeah. Was that, I don't remember what year that was. Was that 04?
No, it was actually 08, but I'm just
Okay.
getting there much quicker.
Got it.
Because Palumbo, I thought, had a great look. He had good talent, and what he needed was to be taken legitimately, not put into funny haha spots with Billy Gunn.
Right.
And so what I do is, like I said, I have these two guys, The Undertaker, which everybody knows and respects, and Chuck Palumbo, who's freaking humongous,
Right.
drive by the Hardy Boys, ride down to the ring, park their bikes, get into the ring. X-Pac and Justin Credible take their titles and powder out.
Like somebody with a brain.
They go eye to eye with Albert and the Big Show because all these guys,
house fight?
all these guys are big boys, right?
Yeah.
But we don't actually have that match, and the reason being is XL Factor are cowards.
Ah.
And so they also leave the ring. They scurry off with the tag team champions.
Right.
So The Undertaker grabs the mic and he says, "Everybody knows I'm the American Badass. Everybody knows I run Dead Men Inc. But from here on out, I'm running with my deadly rider, Chuck Palumbo." And he is actually going to gift him the name Big Evil. He said, "This right here, this is truly Big Evil." Mm-hmm. And he said, "We are laying it down. We're laying down a challenge. Whoever isn't a coward, whoever isn't running from a fight, but running to a fight, come out here because we're bringing the fight." And that's when you hear the APA's music hit, because just like they laid into each other, and because they're honestly real life friends with the Undertaker.
Exactly, so it makes sense.
so they come out and the APA, they man up. They stand up to Palumbo and the Undertaker, but they also fall down to the team that I'm dubbing the Deadly Riders, and that the Undertaker dubbed the Deadly Riders, because we're pushing Chuck Palumbo. Me and Stephanie are pushing
as a unit.
Yeah, me and Stephanie are pushing Chuck Palumbo and the Undertaker as to the moon, exactly. So, after that, we go to Cruiserweight action where Crash Holly takes on the Hurricane. Mm-hmm. Post match, he gets a love letter telegram, or like a lovegram, because I remembered that I didn't have to, but I chose to keep a storyline going that I enjoyed. That was pure cheese. So I already told you that this occurred, but in the semi-main event, Mark Henry wins the newly minted television title and cuts the promo. Right. But in the so post semi-main event, we have The Rock coming out for a promo segment where all he does is promote himself because he's The Rock.
I can't believe it. I'm shocked.
So what he does, though, is here in this segment, he says that he won in the main event at WrestleMania. He beat the immortal Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, because that's how we did it in our world.
Correct.
And he says that he has gone to the president of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide, and he's been granted the main event spot in Columbus, Ohio, at King of the Ring. And it doesn't matter who wins tonight at Bash on the Beach in the main event, whether it's the immortal Hulk Hogan or the cerebral assassin Triple H. Either one of them, whoever's defending, they're gonna lose and they're gonna get beat down. They're gonna drop that undisputed title to The Rock at King of the Ring. So
if you smell The Rock is cooking,
exactly, all the spiel. So Rock leaves. Hollywood Hulk Hogan comes out. He then loses to Triple H for the undisputed title. And the reason I'm doing this is because in the real timeline, Vince got that itch for nostalgia. He got that
he heard the pop and he said,
It's
"Oh,
rash." You know, it's all the
he
same.
said we got to strap up Hulk." But we know that the business didn't improve under Hulk. So what I do is I keep the title on Triple H,
Exactly. Why waste the time and energy?
and so in the main event of Bash at the Beach, Hulk Hogan loses to Triple H because Triple H loved him some WCW.
Boy, did he.
And so let's put him over in the first ever Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Bash at the Beach.
Love it.
And I'm a big fan of this pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Mark
great
Henry's
stuff
getting
all
pushed.
around, man.
XL Factor win, but also prove that they're still cowards. The
Yeah.
Deadly Riders are big time.
Yeah, I know you've been a big fan of Chuck Palumbo, so I know you've been excited.
Absolutely.
About
My only problem with this plan, but don't worry, I
Oh,
work my way around
you
it. But
gotta
my
get a
only
solution.
problem with this plan is I don't have heavyweight tag titles.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I have a plan. I have a solution, and actually, God, I can't wait till we get to it. I can't wait till we get to it because I'll just wait. Let's just wait.
Yeah, let's say, give it time.
In November, we do some really good work between Taker and Palumbo. Whew, good stuff. But yeah,
Good stuff.
so that is the conclusion of Bash the Beach.